Cross-border and central belt of Scotland train services are being hit by a new wave of cancellations, delays and disruption due to flooding and line issues. At around 2 p.m. the East Coast Main Line had been shut near the village of Drem in East Lothian, after overhead wires were damaged. Trains through the area were stopped to allow engineers to assess the damage, and London North Eastern Railway warned that services may be cancelled, delayed or amended. It has meant that the London North Eastern Railway trains running from King's Cross to Edinburgh have been terminating at Newcastle, with the knock-on effect meaning other ScotRail services were suspended. Network Rail Scotland, which is charge of the rail infrastructure, said that they had been working to move overhead wires and that there would be repairs to damage overnight when trains are not running. Adlon are waiting on a bridge to get into Newcastle station, on a train that should be going to Edinburgh but isn't now because of oil issues. This is the reason people hate trains. When tracks are clear, a reduced cross-border service will operate over one line, said Network Rail Scotland. Services which run will be delayed through the Drem area. One service, the 6:18 p.m. Aberdeen to Leeds train, will now start from Edinburgh at 9 p.m. with replacement coaches laid on. A spokesman said at around 6 p.m. that trains were now back on the move but that fewer services were able to run. Rail replacement buses had been arranged and ticket acceptance was in place with the likes of Avanti West Coast and TPE on certain routes. Issues at Drem have also meant that ScotRail services between Edinburgh and North Berwick and Dunbar were also expected to be either cancelled, delayed or altered, with disruption expected until 7 p.m. We had a signalling issue at Drem and now have damage to the overhead wires in the same area. Our staff are on site and have access to the track to attempt to effect a repair, said ScotRail. Trains from Edinburgh to North Berwick will terminate at Prestonpans, with replacement buses from there calling to stations to North Berwick. Trains from North Berwick to Edinburgh will start at Prestonpans. Services between Edinburgh and Dunbar were suspended. At 2 p.m. it emerged that a number of services were either being suspended, delayed or rescheduled due to flooding in the Muirhouse area between Glasgow Central and Pollokshields East, with disruption expected to last till 6 p.m. Glasgow Central to Cathcart Circle services have been suspended to ease congestion in the area. There are warnings that services between Glasgow and Barrhead may be cancelled, while those between Glasgow Central and Barrhead were to be reduced to an hourly service. Further flooding of the railway at Blair Hill, coming after issues on Tuesday, led to further disruption. For more on this story, visit the news article link.